Hey, what's up, everybody? You caught a few glimpses there of what I was doing. I was just setting up some OBS, and well, here I am. I'm going to be talking back and forth between the computer and yourself today. So, thanks for joining the channel. I need to pull up to make sure that I see your messages. Go ahead and say hi. Haha. Go ahead and say hi. This is a one-man band here, playing every instrument, so just have a little bit of patience. This video, we're going to talk about an update in the €1 home market, and many of you probably already know what's going on because there was a CNN article. So anyway, hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, thanks for everybody saying hi. That's awesome. I wanted to do this, and I'll explain why in a second, because frankly, this is new information. I'm not sure when the community announces it and then CNN decides to do a story and everyone becomes aware of it. But I usually hear from a subscriber about it before I even check the news because I'm usually doing something else. But so apparently, apparently there's a new community called Cinquefrondi that has announced that they're doing a €1 home they're joining the initiative, and so that's pretty big news. It's pretty exciting, and it's in Calabria. I've never been to Calabria, and so this video is going to not necessarily be like, hey guys, I know a whole lot of information that I'm going to share with you, but I'm going to share this with you. Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, Federico, MS1. Jorge Moira. If I say your name wrong. All right. So I'll tell you plenty of things. We'll talk about the CNN article a little bit and what they announced in it. And this is going to be an open discussion video. And so this is why I have to do the two things here, looking at the comments as the video goes on. I have bigger news about €1 homes. Oh, cool. Did you buy one? All right. Yeah, you're welcome for making these videos. Thank you guys for watching this video, frankly. So let's get to it. We don't want to waste a whole lot of time and talking about nothing, but it's fun to talk to you guys and get to know you. It'd be nice to meet you all in person, so I'm still waiting for you all to come to Italy so that we can all, hang out, go to the beach. So let's get to it a little bit. I'm going to pull up my screen so you can see what I'm looking at some of this time. So there was let's do the screen here. Can you see that? Let's drop the OBS. There was a CNN article, and if you read it or not, it talks about how Calabria has this city, Cinquefrondi, in Calabria is doing this €1 home initiative, and frankly, it's kind of exciting because there are some things that are a little bit, kind of a pain when you're thinking about buying a €1 house that this community is apparently not going to do. For example, and we'll just get these the highlights over with real quick. The $5,000 deposit, the bond that many of the communities want, they're not requiring it. They're actually asking a €250 or dollar, I'm not sure about that, insurance policy annually. So $250 a year until you finish. Now, they still have that 3-year restriction. Just say, come on, guys, we're giving away the houses. They've been empty for so long. Why don't you just fix it right now, right? So we're motivated to give it for such a low price to people who are wanting to improve this year, not 4 years from now. So their stipulation is that if you don't finish in 3 years, sometimes they want the property back. This community says you'll be fined €20,000. So there's a bit of a motivation, but at least the property isn't lost. You don't put all that money in and then lose it. It will just cost you more money. So I need to figure out a good way to keep the comments up. So you guys are going to see the comments as they flow over here. So this community is actually located, and we're going to look at the map right here. The Cinquefrondi, it actually means 5 villages or cities or something like that. I thought it was 5 fronds, like palm fronds, but apparently it was talking about like the villages back in the day being kind of organized into one. And so we zoom out a little bit. It's like right between the seas on the north and northwest and southeast side of the toe of Italy. And so there they call it the zipper apparently because it's right on that midpoint. Looking at the map, Cinquefrondi as a community is like right here. But when I search it, it actually pulls up this whole area. So it looks like they go up into the mountains a little bit. All right. Jorge, I don't know a lot about Spain, but if you inform me, I'm all for it. I haven't even been there yet. So this community here itself has a lot of like mountainous terrain, as well as there seems to be a pretty decent sized community. If I type here Cinquefrondi, just like that, it'll pull up some statistics. So this community, I guess I was hoping to see population, but population is probably diminishing. So it's not all that they don't want to advertise it, perhaps. Anyway, I haven't seen any announcements on the community's webpage yet. I tried to give them a call before I did this video, but I think because of the CNN article, a lot of people have called them today. This is my assumption, and that they haven't actually added anything, as far as I can tell, to the website. But they do have contact information and stuff like that. So as far as the CNN article goes, it talks about the culture, it talks about those stipulations, the 20,000 and all that kind of stuff. Well, I kind of got curious because I don't know much about I don't know much about Calabria itself. I spent a lot of time in this portion of Italy as opposed to the toe. And so I became curious because one thing I thought I remembered, one thing you should know is that the Cinquefrondi is like in the Reggio Calabria province. And I remembered that name, and I was wondering, why do I remember that? Why do I remember that? And it was because of this article right here. I'll try to pop into comments every once in a while, okay? I'm going to keep going. The point is that I remembered it from this article, and this article, this is in Italian, I shared it, but I translated it here. In which provinces of Italy do you live better? So this was January 2020, so not that old. A comparison of two newspapers that did like which provinces are the best to live in from an Italian point of view. And so you go down and it talks about how they compared these two places, and it talks about like the Il Sole 24 Ore is the name of this newspaper or giornale, right? And the first, number one, is Milano. Well, why? Well, they were talking about consumption and wealth. They were talking about business and services, environment, society, and demographics, leisure, culture. Now, this other group, La Sapienza University, did it as well. And they added a few things. They kind of categorized it differently. And so you can see Milano is number one here, but Milano is like, where is it? It was like 50 something on this list. I don't even see it right now. So let's find it. Milan. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it was way down here. I don't even know what this list is. The classic published by Italia OG and La Sapienza. So this is the combination. So if you're going to rank the two together. All right. So that's why Milano wasn't even on this list, that second the second one. I'm rushing through this, but point is that they Milano was like one of the top places to live because of like standard of living, about good paying jobs and that kind of thing, right? And then if we look for Reggio Calabria on this thing, it is like out of 107, 104, right? Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to try to inform you that from an Italian's perspective, living in Reggio Calabria could be not the best quality of life. And you stick with me, don't disappear at this point, because I want to share something else with you that I think is really important. On this other one, they were like 93rd, so it ranked a little bit different. Now I'm going to talk about, like, I called this video the €1 home summer because my plans for the summer were going to be to visit Bisaccia. Well, at this point, it's to visit Bisaccia and like you see it, how Bisaccia is a €1 home community down here past Naples. Well, down here is Calabria. Right down here in this green area at the bottom is where the next €1 home is. And I live all the way up here. So the smart thing to do would be to do that all on one trip, at least for saving money and stuff like that. And I typically would go to this side, like I said. Those are my favorite beaches and stuff. But that's going to be my summer plans, is to try to visit this community here, Bisaccia, and frankly, there's another one called Zungoli that had them as well right here. And then to come down to Calabria and check out this place. Now, organizing a big trip like that is going to be interesting. But now, let me check the comments real quick. Talking about Spain still. Cool. I love southern Italy. Like, for example, I visit Puglia all the time, and I think that even Puglia would be, like, some areas, provinces in Puglia would be a lower on the list. Sicily, frankly, is very low on that list that I was showing you. Catania, Syracuse, Palermo, this one right here is where Bisaccia is. So this one's in Puglia. They're basically comparing the north of Italy to the south of Italy. And from an Italian perspective, what really makes a difference is jobs. Okay, so if you have the job that you desire online, or maybe you're coming over for retirement, or maybe you're loaded and you just need an extra house or whatever, if money's not an issue, it changes that survey quite a bit, right? And there's a video that many of you might have watched. If you haven't seen Chris here, she does Super Savvy Travelers, and this video is called Why Calabria, Italy is the Best Retirement Destination, and she has some interesting points of view. Frankly, she has a property there, and she's trying to make people aware that maybe it's not so bad to live in Calabria. And especially when you see like an article like this one publishing saying, how horrible it is to live in Calabria. And then you get some like insider perspectives of what it's like to actually be in Calabria, right? So this is my little thing of saying, let's check all the sources, because we can't just go by rumor all the time. We gotta do our own research. Anyway, yeah, Frederico. I talked to her the other day, actually. So these are the communities that I'm going to be visiting this summer. Like, you look at this thing. So for a 5-hour trip to go from Bisaccia to Cinquefrondi, I imagine if I go down there, it's going to be like, I'm going to go down to like the boot over here near Messina or something and pick up an Airbnb for a few weeks or something like that to make it worth the trip. But just to enjoy the beach a little bit. Because frankly, going down there, that's the thing to do, is to visit the beaches and enjoy being with your family. I'm going to take my family probably. Anyway, so these are the €1 homes, and I don't have a lot of pictures to show you. Frankly, I don't know this community well. I mean, there's a CNN article sharing what it kind of looks like, but to me that looks like many other towns. Looks like they really like red roofs recently. But there is kind of a unique area in this little community. Now, it does look a little bit beaten down, and I think that that really sells the article, looking at all these rustic roads. But I want to point out something, that you saw the community was even a little bit larger. Looking up like homes for sale in that community, you can find these. for sale. I mean, I don't know what they're selling for, but for example, an apartment for €500,000, 350 square meters, like 3,600 square meters. You can find that like the lowest price advertised is actually 55,000 for 600 square feet, approximately, and that's probably like a 1-bedroom apartment. And as much as we're looking at this like from our point of view that this community is like dead or whatever, some people want to call it a ghost town, this community has real estate that is valuable. There's people living there that have like, they've always lived there and they love it there, and there's reasons why they love it. And that's like Chris's perspective is that you ask the people that live there, they love it. And so I just wanted to point out there is a big mix of real estate. Now, us as, hold on. All right. I don't know if you can see me again. I had my camera shut off. Yeah, it's good. So, and Woody says, not a bad drive. Yeah, it's not so bad, I guess. The whole country itself, like I think from Milan to Puglia, the other side, there's a pretty decent freeway that goes there. You have to pay a toll road, like €60 or something like that to go from Milan to Bari. But you can get there 10 hours. Maybe that's slow. I don't know. We usually go through Rome, so it adds like 2 going the other direction. Anyway, thanks. Emma's one saying you guys should all give this video a big thumbs up, by the way. I don't remember to ask for it, so it would help a lot if you guys gave this video a like. I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. The reason why I made this video, do you want to know the reason? The only thing on YouTube that was talking about it was this video, and I don't it's at 476 views. And I don't know who this channel is, but it's just the CNN article. They copied and pasted it, and they put it in like the robot, and they read it through the robot, and they added some pictures that I don't even honestly believe are of that community. I don't know, maybe it is. But because of this video, and I disliked it. You can see that I disliked it. I never dislike anything, but I was a little bit disappointed by this thing. I was shocked that there would be so much attention on that. Anyway, this community, I guess I'll shut this off. I don't have much to show you here anymore, but this community is going to be interesting. If you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, the €250 insurance policy annually, 3-year period to remodel it, and a €20,000 fine in order to keep you motivated to remodel it. The community is really not that far from the North and South Beach, and you can get away from like the buzziness of the beach. In the summertime, it gets crazy on the beach. Even in Calabria, like Germany, France, everybody comes south. Even North Italians just come south throughout the whole south, and they fill up the beaches. But it's really fun. Jorge shared a link. All right, cool. It might have blocked you. I put it like potentially to block some things. So the fine was €20,000. I'm going to leave the rest of the time for any questions you guys might have. Don't do them so fast because I have to go back through and read the comments. So the where, I hope you caught that, was in Calabria in the middle there. And then we're talking a lot about Spain. I still need to go to Spain. I've never been there. My wife has been there. And frankly, she's been to Barcelona and she wants to go to Madrid. I think it'd be better to go to a place she's never been, but she wants to take me to Barcelona because she liked it. So, but that's like the tourist path, right? We're talking about real Italy, right? Anyway, yeah, if that's all. We've been on live for about 30 minutes. If you don't have any questions, it's been pretty straightforward. How is communication there from the UK? Communication regarding like internet? or like telephones? Is that what your question is? Ali? 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 I don't know how to say your name. Go ahead and be precise because I'm not sure how to answer that question. I communicate great. Hey Arturo, how to get there? Oh, okay. So I guess if you're coming out of Italy, if I was to do it, I would just drive there, and you would just take that coastline. Let's see, I can pull this back up. Boom, boom. Okay, so there's like this coastal for drivers. I think you're going to do the whole tour. The closest airport is probably what you want to know. The international airports, I'm not sure. I think Naples has one. Rome for sure does. But you could probably fly into Reggio Calabria. Let's see. We could look that up. Yeah, well, let's just see. If you're in Europe, EasyJet or Ryanair or something like that, those are pretty cheap flights. And Milan has a lot of flights coming into the country, or Rome, but what was the name of that? Reggio Calabria, right? Calabria, is there an airport? I don't think so. In Calabria. So let's check it out. I don't honestly know the best location. There are some airports near the beach. There's probably coming into Reggio Calabria, but there are train stations as well. There's a train stop here. My guess is like I doubt is if the train goes up to this community, but we can see. Hope you guys don't mind me searching while you're here. Cinquefrondi Stazione del Treno. No. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the trains stick to the beach path as well, is what it appears. So most likely, whatever flight you can get into Italy to get into Calabria, and then going to like Rosarno or this community here, Palmi, and then taking a rental car all the way up to the Cinquefrondi. I always forget that word. Anyway, that's a good question. Until I've done it, I don't have a definite answer for you. I can do some research though. So, any more questions? Lots of questions. Chris's ebook. I know about her online course. I don't know about her ebook. Communication there. Do you know how they decide if you've renovated it or not? Like what stops them from finding me 20,000 euros even though it would be finished? Okay, that's a good question. From other communities, I don't have specifics on this community, but from other communities, you don't have to renovate the whole thing. It needs to be like safe and the facade should be renovated, right? And so there's like a certain level. Communicating with your engineers and communicating with the community, they'll probably pinpoint these are the things you need to do to make it safe. These are the things to do to be like sufficient in the eyes of the community. So they'll be straightforward with you. Make sure it's all written down. Don't just do word of mouth. In your opinion, how was coronavirus affected real estate in Italy? It's funny you say that. First of all, this community, in that article, it talks about how this is a COVID-free community. And you could probably guess it has a lot less people traveling there from Milan or from like major hubs. And so maybe it didn't have a big contagion rate. And even this whole province had like one of the lowest contagion rates. Now, as far as real estate in Italy, like it's all based on how the economy goes overall. It's not something that you see immediately. It'll happen in time. A lot of real estate has already been on auction, on like losing them left and right. So people might begin to be a little more motivated. Maybe this was one thing that motivated this community to jump on. But I think it'll be some months before we see like a big dip or anything like that regarding real estate. People are still holding on to their hopes. So Naples, someone says, I think only Naples. It would make more sense. Okay, so in terms of pricing, Woody, I think I answered your question. So no one should probably have a car if you have a house there and need to travel back and forth. Thank you, though. I'll look it up. All right, cool. Gas was like in Milan, it's going to be different than down south. Here it was like 126 per liter. 130 maybe. I haven't filled up gas for a long time. I work from home, and under this current emergency, we don't travel so much. Going to buy a house or flat, Italy or Spain. I'm going to Italy to see what it looks like. I'm thinking about Sardinia this month if I can fly normally. I have someone else that's going to Sardinia. If I hear that he's gone, I'll let you know. Would it cost more to renovate a €1 house than just buy one ready done? Probably one of the best questions. I'll be frank that it probably will cost more to buy a €1 house. I'm not saying don't buy a €1 house, because personally I think there are some people out there that like this is that one thing they want to challenge themselves with. But if you're going from like an investment outlook, I'm going to make money on this thing. Just remember they're selling these for a reason. And if you're looking to like make a big money, going for a money grab or something like that, it's kind of a stretch. And most likely, for example, if you go to my channel and watch the video with Carl, his point of view was that there were houses side by side, and he could have bought €1 home, but instead he bought a €9,000 property. And frankly, that €1 home, he would have given €5,000 for a period of time anyway. And so the idea of trying to bring it from that point to this point would have cost more than $9,000. So that was his feelings. And those are frankly my feelings too. And a lot of people mentioned that €1 homes a lot of people are kind of negative about it. I think there's a lot of fun that you could have doing it. Average temperatures, for me or for them? See, this is like a kind of a quick Google search. I'm going to let you do the Google search. It's an okay question. I don't know, but here an average temperature, it rained today, and I do Celsius. I don't know if you do Celsius, but like 25. It's been like 26 almost today, I think. Or not today, but this week. Someone already did it. Thanks. Anyway, any more questions? I hope I didn't skip over anybody. Thanks a lot for joining this. And again, like the video, subscribe to this channel if you are not a subscriber yet. And I'm going to end it now. I think it's been like a half hour. Yeah, now it's been a half hour. I was looking at the wrong clock before. Any insight into what the internet access is like in some of these villages? Is broadband available, and at what cost? This is something that will have to be asked directly to the people that live there. I don't know personally for this one. For example, in Sicily, they did have some pretty good internet compared to what I was expecting because of the size of the village. I have fiber internet. Technically, it's not complete fiber. Like, it arrives to the community, and then I go with the line, the typical line, but it's pretty fast. Here I get a speed test. I think it's like I get up to 40 download sometimes and up to 20 upload. But I'm outside Milan. That's North Italy versus South Italy. I don't know about this community. Thanks for sharing, Moira. And anyway, that's it. Hi, Regina. Thanks, Jorge. Thanks, everybody. This is fun. I'm glad my internet was consistent today. Yesterday it wasn't so consistent. But go ahead, and if you guys I'm gonna have you. If you find out anything, make sure to share it in the comments or something sometime, and I'll try to keep everybody updated together. I think we're in this together, frankly. So thanks a lot, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Oh, what is the best website to see a €1 home? There is no best. Like this €1 home, Waspert. It's a good question. The €1 homes are like community based. There's been like one community that made their own website, and otherwise and then Bivona has a few listed, and they'll just put it out like on a PDF document. The only one that had like a really nice website for it was Muzameli, as far as I'm aware of. If you can travel normally, and it is very possible that I will fly to your area, and then you're just cool. It'd be nice to see a small, cool. All right. If anybody's interested, I will be going down here. I actually am hoping Chris lives down in Calabria. I hope to meet up with Chris. She doesn't know this yet. I hope to meet her just to get her perspective in person. So, see you next time. I'm out of here.